Okay, last one. I know I said last one last time, but I have so much paint here. I'm going to use up all the paint on a 40 by 40 because next week I want to do some resin pouring. And for the people that are going to buy some of this stuff for Christmas, this is Patty's Pigments. This is the discount code. If you put this in, this is the web shop. You have to click a couple of times to find the pigments. Here they are. They come in these little jars, and there's a lot of pigment in there. You can do a lot of stuff with this. There's a little spoon on the side to help you get some out and put it in your resin or wherever you're going to put it in. Please use the coupon code. And another thing is that if you have a really, really beautiful pour, and it doesn't matter what it is, even if it's watercolor, something that you really like, if you take or maybe you can let a print shop scan it for you, so that then you get a really big file. You can also send it to this the resin art shop, and they will print it on silk. So you can use it as a scarf, but I've also seen people print it on silk and then make pillows out of it. That is awesome. It is really beautiful. So if you want to grab a discount, use the code, go to this shop, and see what you can come up with there. Okay, guys? Thanks. So next week is going to be resin pouring. Now, because I have a lot of paint left over, I thought I'd do a 40 by 40, and I am just going to pour that paint on top of it. Everything I have. So for that, I'm going to go with a really big cup. That's what I'm going to use. Okie dokie, here we go. Now I don't have any more white. I do have a little bit of this color though. We'll just put all the colors we have in here. Yes. And as we do that, I can just get rid of the cups, because I'm going to be using every single drop of paint that I have mixed, so I can start fresh. That's that one. And of course we're going to put in a little bit of orange here and there, and the sienna. And this was scraped off the table. We're going to be using this too. Then a little bit more of the orange. Pour it right through. See what happens there. And the yellow. And some beige. And some green. This is going to be one big... That's a lot of that. Oh, there's still some in there. That's it. Okay, I think I have enough. Let's see if I have any left in the cups. I don't think so. Here was a little bit of silicone was in this. Maybe I'll just put it in because there's silicone in it. And I have some more brown because I'm gonna clean out these little bottles, everything. Okay, so this is a big bunch of paint. There it is. So, are we all ready? Pulling it up and pulling it down. Let's see what happens. Ooh, that's pretty nice in the cup. So I'm going to level it out just a little bit. And then I'm going to torch it. like right now. And then we're going to spread it out over the canvas. And I'm doing it really slowly, as you can see, because I want them to really grow a little. And there's a lot of Floetrol in here, so that might just make it, you know, grow and grow and grow. We'll see. There are lots and lots of colors popping through. That kind of makes it interesting. See how those colors are popping through? And they will grow a little bit bigger, but I want to keep them sort of round if I can. Usually that doesn't work, but we'll do our best by doing circular motions. And see how the colors keep intensifying? These are really big cells now. Okay, let's do a little bit down here. Nah, I'm gonna help it along a little bit. These are really big. These are big ones. Let's get a palette knife here and put some more on here. I am going to help it a little bit, you know, sort of make it like it belongs in the painting. Can't just put it on there, because otherwise you'll see that, you know, there's a, oh, you can't even see what I'm doing. Well, it's just a little bit too big, but believe me, I'm covering the sides down here and making it look as if it was just, you know, poured that way. Sometimes you just have to push up and pull down a little bit. And that way you get these patterns to fully go over the side. Now that's cool, that's cool. And they're still growing, as you can see. This is sort of nice. This reminds me again of water lilies. Water lilies and something else. Gotta be careful how I put that on the corners, because it does have to be, this is turning out to be quite a nice painting. There it is. Okay, this side's ready. Need a little bit of green for this corner. Okay, turning it around again. And pulling it, oh, I don't have much room left over here. Okay, see what I'm doing, guys? Just making sure that it sort of fits into the whole painting. Making it swoop down a little bit. Okay, that looks cool. A little bit more. Okay, little spot there. Okay, I'm ready. Now, it looks, for me, it looks okay. I love the colors. They do sort of merge in together, but I would hang it like this, because I like the blue up there, a little bit of blue here like water, and then down here the nice earthy tones. I sort of think that fits, the earthy tones down and the blues up. So this is turned out to be okay. Although I don't like that the cells here sort of break apart. That's just one of those things you can't help. Sometimes that happens. Ah well. So, because it's so golden earthy like, I'm going to finish it off with a little bit of glitter, just a little bit. You won't even see it if you're not standing totally close to it, but if you walk past it, you'll see a little bit of glitter, and that sort of, you know, I think it pulls the attention to the painting. So we're going to leave it exactly like this, with the big cells up there, and all the colors playing with each other. I know that sounds creepy, but they do play with each other. So I think this is it. So used all my paint, and all that's left in here is a little bit of goo on the bottom. Won't be doing anything with that, I don't think. I don't even have room to put this away, but I'll try. So let me put that away. And there's not too much on the table. It's not too bad. I do want to take a little bit of this because of the colors and see what happens when I make it move. Maybe a little of the blue. Nah, not that interesting. Let's see if we have a little bit of this to do a little swipey. Let's see if I can get you in closer. Yes, I can. There it is. Oops, need to go up there. Okay. Not that interesting. I thought some colors would pop up, but I guess I don't have enough color. Let's see if I can do a little bit of color on top. Maybe a touch of green in there might be nice. And clean off this again. Pulling it down first, and then we're going to pull it up like that. Well, not really interesting, but you know, you don't know if you don't try it. See that? Not that interesting. Let's make it all move to the middle. Still not interesting. Let's put some in there. See what happens. See, when you're playing with the paint, it's sort of, you know, a sort of a learning curve thingy, because then you know, you get to know the thickness of the paint, what it does, how it flows. And this is, it flows like I thought it would flow. but also it turns a little bit into mud really fast because I think there's so much Floetrol in it. But this is interesting. Then I have a little left here in my little cuppy. Let's see what we can do with that. I saw a documentary yesterday about Vincent van Gogh. I know you say, oh yeah, you say Gogh, but we say something else. Van Gogh, but I'm sure you can't say that because you have to do that in the back of your throat. Something Gogh. When I do that, that sounds so funny, but that's really how you pronounce his name. Gogh. It's not Van Gogh. No, it's not. Although I do think it sounds Van Gogh. Yes, it rolls off your tongue, but he's not really called that. So I saw a documentary, and that was kind of funny because I sort of forgot, or I didn't know anymore, that he committed suicide. That's so funny. So I think he shot himself in the head, but then he didn't do a good job because artists usually don't do good jobs at committing suicide. And he went back to his room, which he rented, and there his brother came, and he died a couple of days later because they couldn't take the bullet out, of course. Way back then, they weren't that good in operating, and they didn't have scanners and all that kind of stuff. But so, yeah. And then they said something funny because I always thought that he cut off his own ear, but now they're saying like his friend, I'm not sure the name, but a very, very well-known artist, they said they had a lot of troubles together, and they thought that maybe he did that he cut off his ear when they had a really big fight. So that was kind of interesting. I did know about the ear, but I didn't know that maybe someone else had done that. But we'll never know because he didn't talk about that part. But he was cuckoo. He was crazy in the head. He was in one of those asylums. And I think it's because he sometimes I'm thinking it's because he thought a lot of things happening in the world weren't right. And I sort of can feel for that because you know, this time of year we all get those really bad things in the news about how they treat animals in those slaughterhouses and all that kind of stuff. It really makes me not want to eat meat anymore at all, and turn into a, I don't know, someone that doesn't eat meat, I guess. But you can't avoid it. At least, you know, they should give those animals a good life. I can remember when I lived back in, let's see, 50 years ago. We had a pig, and from the get-go we knew that we were going to eat it, but he had a really good life, and he was killed in a humane way. Well, how can you kill something humane? But, you know, without all the stress and all that stuff. And but still, I don't really feel good about that, especially not veal. I'll never eat veal. I don't eat it. And I don't eat horse meat either. I know in America you don't eat horse meat, but over here they do. I don't know why they do that. I think it's totally disgusting. But they do. They eat, especially foals. Yep, that's what they eat. Sorry about this, guys, but that's what I thought about with Vincent van Gogh. That, you know, he was in one of those coal mine villages. That's where he lived for a while. And he saw a lot of stuff happening. People dying and all that kind of stuff, and I think that made him a little bit cuckoo. You know, when you really get into that. Yep. So, sorry to leave you on this sad note, but that's life. and it's all part of life, I guess, as long as we let it. Okay, guys. See ya. Love you all to pieces. See you later.